And speaking of the wrestling and how you kind of foresaw something like this happening in your future, as far as like being able to ascend in a way through the videos. It's kind of like that guy MK. I think he's another viral guy, but he does 101s with basketball.
I just met him 2 days ago. Actually, I ran into him.
Yeah, same type of
Yeah,
gimmick.
he's a Greek guy. I'm a Greek guy. We're
Mhm.
both Greek.
Oh, Greek. I thought you said great guy. He's a
Greek,
Greek.
Greek.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
you. He said that he's pulling some crazy numbers, and even speaking about like the UFC a second ago, he's like, I low key kind of compete with the NBA with my one on ones. I draw like 8 billion views a month or something like that. Just kind of curious, how many views you be drawing on your Instagram or like TikTok?
I mean, combined, hundreds of millions of views
Damn,
a month on my profile. Yeah. It just, every month is different, but I don't just do Instagram or YouTube. I do Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. I hit all the platforms.
got you. So you can multiply it pretty quick. I'm sure like each match you do gets around like half a million or like a million views, right? At the very least,
Yeah, I mean, it
across
just
all
depends.
socials.
So yeah, so I mean, if I have a big guy, like a bodybuilder guy, I know it's, getting a million views guaranteed. It's just it's people like the size difference. It's very eye-catching. They want to see me go against somebody big. They want to see me go against somebody cocky. And so it's just like when I could verse, a smaller wrestler that's a D1 NCAA champion, and it won't get nearly as many as views as if I wrestle a bodybuilder that's never wrestled before. So it's just that side of the internet. It's they want to see eye-catching stuff. How can you grab somebody's attention?
Mm. Yeah, and so that might be why you haven't wrestled some of the people that people probably want you to wrestle, so to speak, like college wrestlers. Because I see a lot of people in the comments like wrestle someone real, not these guys off the street, not these bodybuilder type figures. But it makes sense why you choose these guys because this is what actually gets the views and the attention.
I mean, those people I like to think are just haters. Like I said, I'll do the video with anyone and everyone that wants to do it. I mean, the reason we're on this podcast is because I have a match with Armand. So these people want to see different matches. Like, what do you want me to do? Drive to their house and tell them to wrestle me? Like,
Yeah. So I guess they're just not around you when you're
yeah,
doing these.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, come find me when I have this sign or whatnot. Like, these people request me to wrestle this person, that person. Like, bro, you want me to go knock on his door and wake him up? Like, what do you like? What?
I guess the Pat Downey one, that's the main one people want to see, huh?
I don't really know anything about Pat Downey. I guess he had reached out to me a couple times. He actually ended up blocking me because I never replied. But Pat Downey, it's just like he unblocked me now because I had made a YouTube video about it. But and we met in person, and he was all cool with me, whatever. But Pat Downey, it just doesn't make sense for me to do the video with It's I would do it with him. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But really, what's on the table for that for me, right? Like. Pat Downey, he's got essentially no followers. He just wants some clout. Like I get nothing really out of that. When I'm versing a guy like Armand compared to Pat Downey, why would I choose Pat Downey when I can wrestle Armand? So there's just different things that go into it. But it's like I said, I'll do it with anyone and everyone, and that's what I stood by. Is there something about the Pat Downey thing that that I don't know about?
No, just I've seen him call you out a lot in the past too. And then I see people think that like Pat's the one to expose you to pay out
Where
the 1 grand.
where has Pat Downey called me out?
I think he's posted on his stories and maybe even commented on like your posts and stuff like that. Have you not seen?
I've seen a couple times he used to comment on my posts, but other than that, I never seen him make a post about me or anything. But I mean, I make my posts on social media, and that's it. I don't really check out what everybody else is doing.
I think it was more so like 6 months ago. He was more hell bent on the call out. I haven't really heard him say much about you over the last 6 months, so it's
Yeah, well,
nothing of late.
when you're in the hot spot, everybody's going to try and get attention from you.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So would you be like opposed to competing against Pat, or it just really hasn't worked out like where it's manifested itself?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. No, it just hasn't. The opportunity really hasn't been there. Like I said. come find me when I have to sign. Like, you want me to go to this dude's house, knock on his door, wake him up? You know, I ran into Pat Downey at RAF a couple times. I ended up riding in his car with his buddy. Like, you know, these people talk a lot of shit online, but when they see me in person, it's all love.
Mm. So even like when you guys kicked it, there wasn't much talk about let's run this match that I've been calling you out for.
No, not one mention of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, if he did call you out, would you have ran it right then and there, like hypothetically?
On the mat,
Like if you, because you were kicking it with Pat, you guys were in the same car. If you were to be like, "Yo, let's run this video right now," like, could you guys have ran it then?
it depends what situation we're in. You know, we were at weigh-ins, we had a match that same day, you know, so going straight into the match, like it wouldn't make sense for me to wrestle him right before my match, you know?
Yeah, that would. I agree with you there. That wouldn't make too much sense. I was just curious because since you guys were together, but you guys were both competing on that weekend, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah, are you friends with Pat Downey?
I've done interviews with him, but it's not
Should
like
we
I'm on his
should,
side or anything.
should we call him?
Do you want me to? I mean, we don't got to.
I mean, if you would like to call him, we can call him.
Do you have something to say to him? I mean, I haven't talked to him in a minute. Maybe I can call him on FaceTime.
We could ask him about, you know, his curiosity in wrestling me and you know what the call outs are about, you know?
All right, let's try. Let's try it.
All
Like I
right.
said, I haven't talked to Pat in a minute, but let me try. This is perfect for the content, I guess.
Huh. Do you think Pat Downey's a better wrestler than Armand?
Um, well, you know, Pat has that US Open title that he won. He got a couple of the stop signs or something. And then after college, he won on that freestyle scene. So I think he's more accoladed than Armand, just on that level. But Armand hasn't really competed on the same scene that Pat has. It's saying no answer. So I
What do
tried.
you think about Yoel beating Pat Downey?
Yoel's a beast. He's like a former Olympic gold or silver medalist. But then I saw that Buchanan ended up beating Yoel, which kind of put it a bit more in perspective for me, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah. Hey
Yeah.
man, that's the sport of wrestling, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And Buchanan's a NCAA champ coming off that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And he's now competing in freestyle. So that was dope for Buchanan. But that all right, yeah. So we'll move on past Pat, I guess you could say. But did you have anything else you want to mention about the whole Pat thing? I feel like you got intrigued with that one.
It was just more so the way you approached it, but no, we
Oh,
can move on.
okay. Now I was just honestly curious. I'm just trying to ask you the questions that the fans have curiosity about. So it's not like I got any motives going into this, just so you know. I was just asking you things that I think the fans want to hear about because I've been following you. So that's all that came from.
Got you.